Thank you, Jackson Corral, for that beautiful rendition of Longing. At this year's graduation, we continue the tradition of having one student speaker sharing their reflections on the class of 2025, their years here at Jackson, and the new day dawning upon them as they face the world after graduation today. Our student speaker this evening is Stephanie Boozerhall. Stephanie is the daughter of Sandy and Chatty Boozerhall, and she will be attending the University of Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Stephanie Boozerhall.
Graduates, guests, and Jackson faculty and staff. I'm Stephanie, and lately I've been feeling like the quote, "don't give up," is kind of corny. Of course, when I was young, I would buy those Justice shirts with the flippy sequins that said, "don't give up," or I would whisper it to myself during the PE pacer test, very high stakes. But the phrase became ingrained in me. I would finish plates of food I thought were too salty, bear through the most god-awful books, and even stick around in clubs and activities I wasn't exactly fond of. After all, I was no quitter. I know this isn't a unique experience. We've been echoing the phrase, "don't give up," since the first day of goldfish swimming lessons. But let's be honest, sometimes giving up is exactly the right thing to do. And I'll give you two scenarios to illustrate what I mean. Scenario one. As a child, you endured what felt like a lifetime of mind-numbing piano lessons and dreaded it every week. But you didn't give up, for the result of learning the instrument was worth the struggle, and you end up on the other side with a new skill and even a sense of discipline. But scenario two, you purchase a 1,000-piece puzzle thinking it would be relaxing, but every piece feels the same and the colors are dull. You decide not to give up and sit through hours of an activity you didn't even enjoy. You find that despite the last piece in place, you feel no sense of victory or accomplishment. Both of those scenarios embrace the idea of "don't give up," but they in turn prove it is not a universally applicable phrase. And now is an important time in our lives to remind ourselves that while the roads ahead will be bumpy, not every one of those roads is worth following. The real challenge is knowing when to keep at it and when to walk away. Because the truth is, it's easy to drift through life and do exactly what's put in front of us. So, I'd like to offer a proposition to change the quote. Don't give up when the result is worth it. Jackson High School has provided us with an environment to experiment and narrow down what exactly defines a result that's worth it to each of us. Because at the end of the day, we all know that life isn't about mindlessly persisting. It's about distinguishing between the obstacles we truly want to chase and the ones that have no meaning. It's about knowing what deeply matters to us and having the courage to pursue it with every ounce of our energy over everything else. So now I urge you, while reciting that quote in your mind, don't give up. To live with intention and objective rather than indifference and passiveness. Accomplish what's possible rather than what's probable. As you continue into another stage of life, know that you are encouraged to move on to another plate of food that's maybe sweeter than salty. Close the book you hate and pick another that brings you greater joy. And walk away from the boring puzzles of your life. I assure you, focusing your passion on the things that are worth it to you does not make you a quitter. My fellow Jackson High School graduates, as we face the unknown, whether that's university, a dream job, or even a phase of "that's a problem for later," let's remember this. Life isn't about never giving up. It's about understanding what deserves your effort and what's just a vending machine that ate your dollar. Frustrating, but not something to lose your mind over. There will be moments when we'll feel like giving up on a goal, on a job. In those moments, ask yourself, is this worth it? And if it is, fight for it. But if it's not, have the courage to pivot, let go, and make room for something you find even better. And most importantly, let's promise ourselves this one thing: that we won't live passively, just checking boxes and filling cookie cutters, even if we dislike it. Let's live with drive, with purpose, and with an I'm loving it kind of energy. Because ultimately, the day we realize success isn't defined by blind endurance is the same day we'll wake up excited for what we're doing, surrounded with people who inspire us, and that's when we'll know that through it all, we've lived a life of fond devotion for ourselves and for the world. That is success. When we step into this next chapter, let's not just tolerate, let's pursue. Let's not just be persistent, let's be purposeful. And above all, let's not just live, let's thrive. Congratulations, class of 2025. I love you all, and I wish you the very best.